Hey everybody, what's going on? What a week it's been in the National Hockey League. We already have 3 Game 7s scheduled for tomorrow night, and the Montreal Canadiens were victorious in the NHL's draft lottery, and they'll retain the first overall pick for the 2022 NHL draft. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. I know there's going to be a lot of talk and criticism that this isn't the type of draft where you're going to see a generational talent, but the word generational means once in a lifetime or once in a decade, something like that, and you're not going to see that in this year's draft, and that's completely fine because the Montreal Canadiens are going to get the best prospect, or at least the best projected prospect in the first round of this draft, and that is very good news for where the Montreal Canadiens organization is heading. They need that cornerstone player to build around, and it's not to say that the first overall pick this year will be a franchise player, but he's definitely going to have that star impact, and I think that the Montreal Canadiens would be wise to select Shane Wright with that selection, and I think that's ultimately what they will do at first overall. I think there's a lot of people that just want to continue to play devil's advocate and debate, and I don't think that's proper with this situation because Shane Wright has separated himself from the top of this draft class, and I think a lot of the people that are doubting him don't really take into consideration what he missed over the last 2 seasons due to COVID, the development that he missed over the last year, and I think a lot of that factors into what we saw this year. We saw a much better player in the second half of this season, and one that could certainly alter a game at 200 feet. He plays very strongly defensively and offensively, particularly on the power play where he's lethal, has a great release and a great NHL caliber shot. And I think all of those assets will be put to good use in Montreal when they select him with that first overall pick. The funny thing to me is that you hear a lot of comparisons with Shane Wright to a guy like Patrice Bergeron, and people act like that's a bad comparison. If the Montreal Canadiens ended up with a player of Bergeron's caliber for the next 18 seasons, I think that would make a lot of people very happy that they're Montreal Canadiens fans, and I think they need to look at what the term generational means in terms of how players turn out and develop. Connor McDavid is generational. Austin Matthews is generational. But besides that, you're not going to get star players that have that capability at the top of every single draft. And Shane Wright is going to be a very good NHL player, likely a star one as well. But that doesn't mean he has to be labeled the term generational. He can still be a very good forward, an all-star level forward, and that will be just fine for this Montreal Canadiens team. I see this situation playing out exactly like this. The Montreal Canadiens will select Shane Wright first overall. They'll bring him to training camp, give him all the opportunity in the world to earn a spot with the team, hopefully give him that 9-game tryout sample, and if he proves that he belongs in the NHL, he'll likely center that second line behind Nick Suzuki, and we can continue to see what he has for his rookie season this year. If you don't like what you see in terms of his development throughout that first 9 games or training camp, it's not a bad idea to send him back to Kingston. People might say that he doesn't have anything left to learn at that level, but you're forgetting that he missed a whole year of development and he can use this time to continue honing his skills and becoming a better 200-foot player. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs and what you thought of the Montreal Canadiens winning this year's NHL draft lottery. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.